the students of class 10. So already we have started our circle chapter, and last day we have discussed about so many properties of circle. Properties of circle mean properties of tangent properties of circle. Now today we are going to apply that all in our sums which has been given in our NCERT book. So we are going to start from our exercise number 10.1. So 10.1, just to see the first question. So whatever the first questions are there, these are the questions. The first exercise questions are very easy and most of them can be completed verbally. So the first question is, how many tangents can a circle have? I think whatever we have discussed last day, from that you can decide yourself that how many tangents to a circle can have. So what will be our answer? Infinitely many tangents can be drawn to any circle. So our answer will be infinitely many tangents. Okay? So our answer will be infinitely many tangents can be drawn to any circle. So the second question now, fill in the blanks is here. A tangent to a circle intersects, the first question, a tangent to a circle intersects it in dash point or points. What will be? We have learned already, a tangent to a circle touches the circle at one point. So the intersecting point only will be a single point. So answer will be 1 point. Achha, second one. So in the blank space there will be 1. Now question number 2, second one. A line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called. A line intersecting a circle in 2 points. We have discussed last day. Tell me what it is. A line intersecting a circle at 2 points is called actually secant of circle. Secant, S-E-C-A-N-T, secant of circle. Now the third one. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. We have shown that if I draw two tangents which are diametrically opposite to each other, then only they are parallel to each other. So from that we can say a circle can have 2 parallel tangents at the most, because only the diametrically opposite tangents are parallel, none other tangents are parallel to that one. So many pair of parallel tangents can be drawn. That is different issue. Here the question is, a circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. Pair of parallel tangents we can draw so many, but only one parallel tangent, only a tangent which is parallel to the given tangent which is diametrically opposite to each other. So there will be only 2 parallel tangents at the most. So third one will be 2. Now question number 2, number 4. The common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle is called. Common point to the tangent of a circle and the circle. Common point of the tangent and the circle is called tangent, and the circle the common point is called the point of contact. So do remember, this point is called point of contact. So question number 2, once you check your answer, first one, a tangent to a circle intersect it in 1 point. Second one, a line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called a secant, S-E-C-A-N-T, secant spelling. Third one, a circle can have 2 parallel tangents at the most. And the fourth one, the common point of the tangent to a circle and the circle is called point of contact. Okay, now come to your question number 3. So what is given in question number 3? Let's see. Question number 3, here told a tangent PQ at the point P to a circle of radius 5 centimeter meets a line through the center O at the point Q, so that OQ equal to 12 centimeters. So let's draw the diagram. O is the center of the circle, OP is the radius, this is the tangent, this is OQ. This one given OQ equal to given 12 centimeter and radius given 5 centimeter. This will be perpendicular because we have learned that radius is perpendicular to tangent. We have to find out the length of PQ. Very easy because it is a right angle triangle, and we know for a right angle triangle this is perpendicular, so this is hypotenuse and this can be called as base. So easily we can find it out. So what will write now? We know radius is perpendicular to tangent. So we know radius is perpendicular to tangent. So OP is perpendicular to QP. We have to write this one. So therefore triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle. So PQ equal to what we can write? Root over of OQ square minus OP square. What theorem we have used? Pythagoras theorem. One thing just to remember, you need not to write so many things, but you need to write that thing which are very required. Like as what is the reason of writing the line, what property you are using, how you are approaching to your sum. These are all the things which you have to prescribe properly. Now OQ square mean 12 square minus 5 square. So root over of 144 minus 25. So it's coming root over of 119, this much centimeter. Because all are given in centimeter, you can keep your answer like that. So our question was to find out the length of PQ. So we got the length of PQ 119, root over 119 centimeter. So the correct option you can better understand. So correct option you choose yourself. Now let's move to question number 4. This was actually question number 3 of ours. Now let's move to our question number 4. Question number 4. What is the question given once you see? Draw a circle and two lines parallel to the given line such that one is a tangent and the other is a secant to the circle. Okay. So this is one of the circle. Okay. Now what you have to do? This is a circle. So this is the center of the circle. Draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line. Suppose this is the given line. Name of the line we are giving as AB. So AB is the given line and this is a circle with the center O. Now we have to draw two lines such that one is a tangent, another was a secant, and the secant and tangent both are parallel to the given line. Like that way you have to draw. So first of all we are going to draw a tangent which is parallel to AB. So this is the tangent which is parallel to AB. CD is the tangent parallel to AB, and EF is a secant which is parallel to AB. So EF is the secant parallel to given line AB, and CD is the tangent parallel to given line AB. So this is the circle, given circle with the center O, and AB is the given line. So we have drawn CD, which is the tangent parallel to the given line, and we have drawn EF, which is the secant parallel to the given line AB. Because this was told to draw that to draw a line which will be a tangent parallel to the given line, and to draw a line which will be secant parallel to the given line only. Okay. So I think up to this you understand. With this we are completing our exercise number 10.1. Now we are going to start our exercise number 10.2. Okay, so now we are moving to our exercise number 10.2. Question number 1 you just see. What is given? From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter. So suppose this is a circle with center O. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to the circle, this is given, suppose 24 centimeter. Okay. Next thing, and the distance of the point Q from the center is 25 centimeter. Distance of the point Q from center, this is 25 centimeter. Okay. Find the radius of the circle. OP is the radius. This one we have to find out. We already know that radius is perpendicular to tangent. See, this is one of the usable property. The radius is perpendicular to tangent. So whatever they have asked in the question, we have drawn the diagram for that. So you have to do this one. Most of the question diagram will be given, but there are some questions where diagram is not there. So in that case, you have to draw the diagram by reading the question. So what will write here? OP perpendicular to PQ. Reason is that since radius is perpendicular to tangent, therefore triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle. It is a right angle triangle, and we know opposite to right angle is called hypotenuse. So this can be called as hypotenuse, and this can be considered as base or perpendicular anything. So this will be the remaining one. So what we can write now? PO equal to root over of hypotenuse square, that means OQ square minus PQ square. And what property we have applied here? Similar thing since Pythagoras theorem. So OQ square mean 25 square and PQ square mean is 24 square. So A square minus B square formula, A minus B if I do, then 1, and A plus B if I do, 49. So it's coming 7 centimeter. So we can write the radius of the circle. Therefore radius of the circle equal to 7 centimeter. I think you understand this one. Now let's move to our question number 2. Number 2, what is the question given, just to see? TP and TQ are two tangents to a circle with center O. So one of the tangent is TP, another one is TQ. Okay. Angle POQ equal to 110 degree, who is the center of the circle, 110 degree. Then PTQ is equal to this one, very easy. See, already last year whenever we have done that properties, that we have discussed about the properties of circle, we have discussed one thing, angle between two tangent and the angle subtended by two tangent at the center, they are supplementary. So it means this angle plus this angle is together equal to 180 degree. So what will be the value of this angle? 180 degree minus 110 degree. So what you can write now? Angle POQ plus angle PTQ, that is equal to 180 degree. What is the reason? Since angle between two tangents from an external point and the angle subtended by them at the center of circle are supplementary. Now, angle POQ equal to 110 degree already we know, given in question. So what will be the value of angle PTQ? This can be subtracted and it will become 70 degree. So that is only our question. We can block our answer to complete the final answer. Okay. So I think you understand this one. Now let's move to our question number 3. What is the question given? If tangents PA and PB from point P to a circle with center O are inclined each other at an angle 80 degree, okay. So this is the point P. PA is a tangent, another tangent is PB. They are inclined each other at an angle of 80 degree. This angle is 80 degree. Then POA equal to, this is O, angle POA equal to, we have to find out this angle. Now look here, we know that POA means this OA is actually radius and radius is perpendicular to tangent. So first of all we will write that one, OA perpendicular to AP, since radius is perpendicular to tangent. Now you just see this triangle OAP. We have already proved this one, that if I draw a line, last day we have discussed in our properties of tangent whenever we have done one thing, that if I join a line centered to the external point, this will bisect the angle between two tangents, correct? And the angle between two tangents here given 80 degree. So each of them will be equal to 40 degree. So what we will write here, angle APB equal to 80 degree given. OP bisects angle APB. What is the reason? Since line joining center to external point bisects the angle between two tangents. Bisects the angle between two tangents. So OP bisects angle APB. Therefore, angle APO will be equal to 80 degree by 2, that is equal to 40 degree. See, this theorem we have actually learned last day. We have discussed like that. There we have joined OB also, and we have proved this to triangle congruent, and from there by simplicity we have discussed that this equal to this and this equal to this. And here we have mentioned the property like that, line joining the center to that external point bisects the angle between two tangents and as well as central angle, correct? But here our question is not at all regarding the central angle. I need not to write anything regarding the central angle. So I have not used that central angle, that particular word. I have used only for angle between two tangents. So line joining the center to that external point bisects the angle between two tangents. That much I record. So that much I have written as property in our sum. So angle APO, what I have got? 40 degree, and this angle is 90 degree. So now easily I can find out this angle. Therefore, angle AOP equal to, what will apply now? Angle sum property of triangle. So AOP equal to will be 180 degree minus 90 degree plus 40 degree. What we have done, since angle sum property applied on triangle OAP, because this angle 90 degree, because radius is perpendicular to tangent, at first only told you, and this angle already we got 40 degree. So 90 plus 40 if I add and subtract from 180 degree, so I will get the remaining angle. So it's coming 180 degree minus 130 degree. So this means 50 degree. So that is only our question, to find the value of angle AOP. So angle AOP equal to, POA they have asked for. Okay, no problem. Then you write here angle POA. Same thing. EOP and POA will give the same angle. So POA equal to 50 degree. So I think you understand this one. So we have completed up to question number 3. So next day whenever we will start from our question number 4. Till that, whatever we have done, Once you go through all the sum properly, if required, repeatedly you see the class, try to understand the basic concept so that other sum also you can do. And whatever the properties are there, how we are applying the property in the sum, that is the basics of this particular chapter. Okay, thank you all.